Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you're all doing very, very well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. All right, very, very quick video because Inoue and DERECK are about to get it on. I haven't done much build up to that fight, have I? But we will reflect on it tonight. We might do a live. I'll let you guys know in the community tab. It's very, very likely that we do a live and react to that fight. Just for what it's worth, I think Inoue stops DERECK late. That's what I think is going to happen. But look, fantastic fight. It was fight of the year, or one of the fights of the year back in 2019, I believe. DERECK surprised a lot of us. I think DERECK's actually got better, if I'm honest with you, since then. So, which is crazy considering that he is now well into his 30s. But look, it's going to be a fantastic fight. We're about to watch it in about 15 minutes. The reason I couldn't do a live is because I've got a TalkSport podcast immediately after. So there just wasn't any time. All right, I did want to talk about Chisora versus Pulev 2 being announced. It will go down at the O2 July 9th. I've been asked to do the face-off, which is going to be this Thursday. We're seeing if we can make it work because I do fly out to America on Thursday. But that's a face-off that I really, really want to do. Chisora versus Pulev is just... they're both crazy. Let's be honest, both of them are one can short of a six-pack. So look, I think the face-off will be carnage. I think the fight will be carnage as well. Now, it was very interesting to see the reaction to this fight announcement. I thought, obviously, I've known about the fight for a couple of weeks. It was supposed to be Chisora versus KARNAGE. I'm not quite sure what's going on with KARNAGE and why that fight couldn't get made. But I thought that people would like this fight. But the reaction on social media has been split. I think I'd maybe lean towards it being more negative than positive. A lot of people are like, why are we seeing this fight? What's the point of this fight? Sometimes, I think with fights, there doesn't need to be a point. Does that make any sense? Like, it's not like, okay, the winner goes on. It's not one of those fights. It's just a fun fight to make. It's two guys that we know are going to bring it. It's difficult to gauge where Chisora is in his career right now. Some people, including myself, was like, okay, maybe after the Parker beatdown, that should be it. But Parker looked really good. Before that was Usyk. So it's difficult. I mean, he's fought Usyk and lost, who is now the second best heavyweight on the planet and a unified champion. And he's lost to Parker, who I think now has crept back into that top 10. So is he done, or is he just lost to two very good guys? It's difficult. I'm leaning to more towards he's done than he lost to two good guys. With Pulev, obviously, look, he fought Anthony Joshua for the unified heavyweight championship of the world 18 months ago. Then he had that weird fight, I think it was against Frank Mir in Triller, where they fought in, I think it was a triangle. But then he got a good win. I think it was against Jerry Forrest. Let me just have a look at that. I'm sure it's Jerry Forrest, but let me just double check. And that made me kind of feel like it was Jerry Forrest, yeah. And that made me feel like, there's a bit more left in Pulev. Because I have to admit, when he done that Triller fight, after AJ, I kind of thought, okay, Pulev just is cashing out now. He's done. He's, you know. But now all of a sudden, I'm thinking there's a bit of life left in Pulev. Obviously, look, these guys fought back in 2016. It's a very forgettable fight. I know it's forgettable because I can't remember any of it. All I remember that it was very one-sided. At the time, though, Pulev had only lost to Klitschko. Pulev was still very much a top 10 heavyweight. Some people might ask, why is he not still a top 10 heavyweight? Well, it's because other guys have risen into that rankings. Your likes of Joe Joyce is in the rankings. People say Hrgovic is in there. So it's not necessarily that Pulev has fallen off a cliff after the AJ fight. It's more a case of the others have just got a bit better. Look, I like the fight. I like it because, again, it's just a fun fight. I don't put too much stock into the fact of where's the winner going to go. It isn't one of those ones. You know, this isn't, you know, two guys in the top 10. This isn't really even two guys, maybe even in the top 15. It's just a fun fight. And sometimes I'm down for those type of fights. Like in boxing right now, we're getting so many good unifications and undisputeds. Sometimes you can sprinkle just a bit of carnage on there as well. You know what I mean? You're going to get the good stuff where you're fighting pound for pounders, like fingers crossed we get Spence Crawford. You're going to get that. You're going to get GGG Golovkin. You're going to get AJ Usyk. Fury's going to come out of retirement. You're going to get the guys in the lightweight division. You're going to get Jamel Charlo, maybe moving up to 160 fighting Tim Tszyu. But sometimes you just want to see two guys swing for the fences. And this is what we're going to get. This is what we're going to get. This is what we're going to get with Chisora. Pulev is not going to, and by the way, Pulev probably has one of the best jabs in boxing, but I don't expect Pulev to jab. I expect Pulev to throw as many right hands as Chisora does, and Chisora throws right hands for fun. I think it's a fun fight, people. We don't know what's going to be the undercarders yet. I don't know. These cards are being spread thin because there's so many cards back to back to back. But I like it. I like it. Hopefully some of you don't just say, Ade, company man, DAZN. No. I just like the fight because it's Carnage. In an ideal world, Chisora's retired for me. I'm a big fan of DERECK Chisora. I think how he's still even relevant is incredible when you consider the man's had double-digit losses. But I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan of the way in which he just doesn't go away. Like in that Parker fight, he showed me something that I didn't quite knew he had. I mean, that will just to keep on going when he was getting smacked from pillar to post. Yeah, I like that. And look, again, I would have liked for him to have said, you know what, we're done. But there's so much money left on the table in the heavyweight division that it's difficult to walk away right now. And would I have preferred it to be someone else other than, like, even I would have preferred it to be someone like an Areola, because I almost feel like that's a fair fight for Chisora. Pulev, I think, has a bit too much, and I expect Pulev to dominate him again. I really do. But look, I'm all for it. I am, just because again we're getting so much good stuff in boxing. I don't mind a bit of madness. I really don't. Before we wrap, let's just quickly see if there is anything else. Jamal Charlo is injured. Remember, he was supposed to fight Sulecki. It's a fight I wasn't even excited about as well. Sorry. He's back. He's injured his back, so that fight has now been postponed. He needs to get a move on very, very quickly. Trevor Bryan versus Daniel Dubois is this weekend. We're going to do a video about that tomorrow. It's very likely we do, no, I'm not even here. I'm about to say we can do a live watch along, but I'm in America. I would have done a live watch along because the fight's actually in the afternoon in America, which is a bit different, but good for UK fight fans. So it'll be an evening viewing over here. I expect Daniel Dubois to stop him early in that fight, but we'll talk about it. Charles Martin here saying there are a lot of fights for me. Wilder, Ruiz, Kalnacki rematch. That would have been a good fight for Chisora. Someone that's known over here as well. Charles Martin will sell the fight. That would have been a very, very good fight for Chisora actually, but no, that's not happening. Ryan Garcia saying he won't allow Golden Boy to prevent a war with Gervonta Davis. This is interesting. A lot of fighters now I know are signing sort of short-term contracts with promoters and broadcasters as opposed to what they would have done in the past, which is sign me up to 8-fight, 10-fight deal, whatever. Fighters are being smart now and they're controlling their direction. So Ryan Garcia saying that, for me, says, you know, if I don't have to have the fight on Golden Boy and DAZN, I won't. I will go over to PBC. Like, I will go to make the fight happen. We've seen that with Devin Haney. Obviously, in the top ranked deal, we've seen that with Canelo going to PBC to fight Caleb Plant. Fighters are not being tied down to long-term deals with promoters and broadcasters, and I think that's better for the sport. Conor Benn here saying, Conor Benn views Eliminator as only way to fight Keith Thurman. A lot of talk about this fight, that it could happen. Big step up for Conor Benn, this one, and I guess this will shut up a lot of the noise surrounding Conor Benn. We'll see if it can happen. Anything else before we pack up? It is a very, very quick video. Again, we are very likely to do a Inoue Donaire reaction. My prediction, this video might come out after it, but my prediction is Inoue stops him late. Peace and love.